Hi, my name is Heather Patton. I have a local cake business, and today I'm going to show you how to make cake pops. So this is the traditional method with crumbs and icing. It makes a more moist cake pop versus baking them in the pan as a ball. So you just want to make sure your crumbs are nice and fine. If you want to put them in the food processor, you can. Otherwise, just take a fork and kind of crumble it till it gets decently smooth. Just no rough parts. And I don't use a set ratio of cake to frosting. I kind of just start with a small amount, and as long as you get a consistency where the cake is adhering and holding onto itself, you are good to go. You don't want to put too much in because then you're going to have to start all over. You just start with a little bit and then add more if need be. See, we're kind of to the point where it wants to stick together, but we still have some extra crumbs. Let's see. And then there's always the test. If you roll it, yep, and it starts to fall apart, you're not there yet. So I'm gonna add a little more, probably not even that much. Okay, so see, now we're at the point where we roll it into a ball, we keep rolling, we keep rolling. It's not trying to split on itself, it's really just wants to stay together. Even if we kind of smash it, it's still kind of staying together. So I measure it out. You don't want a cake pop that's too big or a ball that's too big. You kind of want it around 7/8 of an ounce to 1 ounce. If you don't have a scale, you can kind of see that it should be the size of kind of a ping pong ball. This is exactly 7/8 of an ounce. And you can see, I was gonna say a golf ball, but I think it's a little smaller. Right about that size. A ping pong ball size. And we'll do one more. Let's put this back in here. Okay, so a lot of instructions tell you that you need to put it in the refrigerator or put it in the freezer. You actually don't have to do that. What it's going to do if you put it in the refrigerator or the freezer is when it's all dipped and the chocolate hardens, it's going to start wanting to expand because anything that's in a cold state that's warming up is going to expand, and you're going to end up with some cracked cake pops. So you actually don't need to do that step. You can take it right from warm crumbs, warm icing, roll it up into a ball, and believe it or not, it will stay on the stick and it will be a perfectly beautiful cake pop. The trick is to dip it in the stick into the chocolate. Put it almost all the way down. Don't put it all the way down or it's gonna wanna push through on the top. Right about there. And we're gonna let that dry. If you start with a good quality chocolate, you don't have to add anything to it. Don't get just regular chocolate chips because you're gonna have to temper that kind of chocolate. If you buy candy melts, which is what everyone uses for cake pops, you can buy good quality candy melts. They're called appeals if you buy them from Guittard, or Merkins is another brand. You can find them at Value Craft in Escondido. If they're in stock, they're always out because they have such a great price, or any other cake shop in San Diego County. If it does get too thick, you can add Paramount crystals, which are basically solid form of Crisco, but you shouldn't have to. If you don't get it too hot, it starts to seize, or if it gets moisture in it, it's gonna seize. If you're using the wrong quality chocolate also, it could get lumpy. But for the most part, if you use Merkins or Guittard, I've never had to add anything to it to thin it out. Just don't get it too hot, get it to the point where all the lumps disappear, and then just keep stirring, and it should be perfect. You don't have to use a warmer like I'm using. I just do it because I make thousands of cake pops. A mug seems to work really well because it's nice and tall, and the chocolate goes higher. And just follow the directions on the package. It should be 2 minutes on half power, and then just keep going 30 seconds on half power until it starts melting, and then just stir it up. So it looks like we're about dry. You want to make sure this part is dry and not shiny anymore. We're almost there, but I think it'll be fine. So you just take the cake pop, dip it in. Don't stay too long, just dip it till it reaches the chocolate on top. And then I wiggle. I've seen some people do it with their finger, but that seems messy to me. And you just get it to the point where it's got most of the chocolate off, where it's gonna start coming down the stick. And there's one method where you invert it, put it upside down, and that's gonna create a flat surface if you wanna serve it on a platter. It's also gonna create an ugly top. So if you want something that's nice and smooth on the top, you can do this, put in the chocolate, get all that excess chocolate off. And then you're gonna need styrofoam to stick it in, or you can hold it for a very long time. Maybe not that long, maybe a couple minutes, but if you're doing a lot of them, get just a piece of styrofoam at a cake shop or a craft store, even Walmart. And if you wanna add sprinkles, now's the time to do it before it gets too hard. If you're adding bigger sprinkles like this, try to do it after it's been sitting there for a little bit, otherwise they're just gonna all slide down. If you're doing it upside down, this is the way to add sprinkles. If you're doing it right side up, you're going to want to sprinkle it over something, kind of like this. And then give it a chance to dry. If you want to do colored cake pops, you're gonna obviously need to use white dipping chocolate. So they sell the vanilla flavored white chocolate. And you just need to add candy color to it, oil-based candy colors. Do not add regular food coloring or even the gel colors they sell for cake decorating. Anything oil-based is going to go well in chocolate. So you can take the white chocolate and add green or pink or whatever color you want, mix it all in, a little goes a long way. And you can end up with a rainbow of colors for the cake pops. And then after you let them dry, you can just add a ribbon or a little bag to it and serve it as a party favor or instead of cakes or cupcakes, and enjoy!